Well, look who's here. It's you, it's me, it's the American flag, it's my Denver Broncos hat, and the rest of us. Who is here today? No, it's welcome. Good goddamn Monday morning to everybody, except for everybody across the pond. Your Monday's already done. It's behind you. Kick off your boots, take off your bra, throw it in the corner, relax, settle in. We're all here. It's time to breathe. I don't mind if you pull the drapes, turn down the lights. I think that's what it's all about. Okay, Harley's in. Rob Stradamus. Never going to say that right. It's going to be 5 years from now. I'm still going to fuck that one up. Justin Powell's here. Ace Diamond checking in. Brian, Brandon, Rome. Good morning, my freaking peeps. Who else is here? Who's that guy in yellow? Oh, yeah, Gen X Talks is here. Yeah, I like when he shows up. He's cool. Diver Monkey, reporting for duty. Diver Monkey Pants. All right, so Harley, Catastrophe, Nick C. All right, so there's not a ton of us here yet, but it is Monday morning over where we are. It is Monday night where most of you are. We're just getting going here. We got stuff to talk about. Just relax. People will join in. Look at Kevin's here. Derek showed up. Michael Bardwell, see, things are progressing. The wheels are turning. Let's face it, everybody who's getting off work over across the pond in that time zone in the England-Europe thing, they may already got through their workday, but I promise you, they're just waking up right now. They're just getting home going, yeah, I went to work today, I think. Yeah, I did. I'm home now. Wayne Bowen's checking in from Oregon. Rex is back up and running. Jessica Reeves, Justin Wright is here, as always. Russ Benson, Brian Envy says, greetings from Canada, also known as Polite Russia. I have never heard that, Brian. I got to steal that. That's good. Mr. Fatty checking in. Aaron says, yo, Aaron. Yo. You lost me on that, Aaron, but we were good. Oh, Aaron. Yo, Aaron. Aaron. It takes me a minute. I haven't been drinking yet. If I was drinking, all of this would make more sense. Just a thought. I'm not reporting for duty. I just want my paycheck. It's funny how that works as you get older. It's like, I remember telling somebody I got yelled at. Where was I working? It was at a car dealership. And there were Max that was standing around doing something. And I said, wait a second. This was in my youth. It was in my youth. And I said, wait a minute. I spend 8 hours a day here. You want me to work too? Isn't it enough that I show up? God. Ronald Jones, 53 years old from South Florida. Missed you in Vegas, but be there next week. Ron is on the chat for Fort Lauderdale. Ronald, we haven't gone to Vegas yet. We're going this week. We're going Wednesday through Saturday. So I don't know if that aligns with your plans, but yes, since Ronald brought it up, there is a meet and greet. Have a drink, tell a story at the Red Rock, April 29th, around 6 o'clock. I think we're going to start off in the Lucille's. There's a restaurant inside the Red Rock. Got some big tables, and the kid can go in there. It's a bar and grill. Then we'll move outside. It's the NFL draft that weekend, so the bars outside might be kind of packed. I don't know. I know the sports book is going to be packed, but there's other bars there. We can all move around. We can just, rally up the troops and go wherever we want. Yeah, it's true. Oh, Sharky says, good morning. Mateo Velasquez, Kansas City here checking in. Your mom. My mom's on? Wish y'all did something in the Bay Area. We're going to. Yeah, it's on the plans. We're going to do that for sure. Joshua Danley, afternoon general. I got shit going on, so I'll have playing in the background. Good enough. Tomash is here. He must be here. Frank Blee, Tiffany Mims. Turned down my volume apparently because I'm an unpaid. I'm not a trained professional. Oh my God. Okay. Where was I at here? Okay, so yeah, we talked about going to be in Vegas on April 29th. That'll be kind of a cool thing. Just an informal hangout. Anybody who can show up. We've had over 400 people reply saying they either live in Vegas or they're nearby. They're going to stop by. Everyone's going to be there. Gen X mom, Gen X dad, Gen Z kid, Two Bear, Allie, our moderator from Boston. Everyone's going to be there. So if you want to come by and say hey and hang out a little bit, that's a big thing. Time to do it. But if I don't know how many people are actually going to show up. You get 400 people to say they're going to show up. You get 20 people that are going to be there. I don't care if there's 2 people. If 2 of you show up, I'm going to spend all my time getting to know those 2 people. Guaranteed. This is completely selfish for me. So I can interact with you guys. I'm tricking you thinking you're coming there to see me, and really I'm just trying to get you there where I can meet you guys. Every single person. This isn't a procession line of people waving from a distance. No, this is me genuinely interested in who everybody is and where they're from. It's true story. Russell Sperry checked in with hello, General. Michael Gibson. Who was your craziest friend growing up? Tell us a story. Boy, I could even tell you what. I don't know. I had a lot of. I think I was the crazy friend of the group. If I have to be honest, I think I was. But Michael Gibson, something just popped in my head. Mitchell Clark, welcome. He's an extra. Mitchell, thank you very much for joining up. Being an extra, you are now an official extra. You're a member of the Bottom of the Glass Nation. You are residing in the Legion of X. So join up, strap up, grab a drink, sit down, and the train wreck is about to happen. Michael Gibson, there is a guy. You can even look him up if you want to. He's a singer in LA. He's done some stuff. Do you guys know the song by When in Rome? What was the name of that song? When in Rome's a. Hey, Gen X Mom, what's that song that Johnny did for When in Rome? It was the only big song they had, and it was a huge 80s hit. I don't know. Anyway, Michael, his name is Johnny Chiaravalo. And one time we were all working at this church late at night, and this church had a big parking lot. It was a big church in LA County, and we were all janitors and custodians. So we were there at 2 or 3 in the morning setting up. They had services 3 times a day, 7,000 people to service. It was a big facility. So we got done with all of our stuff. It's around 1 in the morning, and they have this big parking lot out back, and they have a few metal basketball court things in it in the ground because it's also a school during the day, and some of the kids go out there and play basketball. So we decided to take, it was an old church truck. It was a 1974 4-door extended bed, this big, long Dodger blue work truck. And we started driving around the parking lot. I don't even remember who started it. And then we'd run and jump on the side and getting you 16, 17 years old. And then you'd go under a basketball hoop and grab the hoop and hang from the hoop, drop back in the truck the next time the truck goes by. And it started getting faster and faster. And we were running into each other. Somebody's running alongside the truck and tries to, it had a big metal lumber rack on it. So you could grab onto this lumber rack and hang up. Made it really easy to get in. And the lumber rack went over the cab, where you sat, so you could actually go along the side of it and stuff. It was super stupid, super stupid. So it went from just running around, jumping in and out, and to run, trying to hit each other. You're driving along and you see someone running up to jump onto the bed or jump onto the lumber rack and get in, and so you just turn a little bit and you bump them. So we started doing that. Then somebody, and I'm not sure who was the first person to do it, but somebody along the way was driving, and this was a very long, big parking lot. On one side was a block wall with houses. On the other side was a chain link fence and a big concrete culvert wash. I mean, like 40 feet down. It was this big concrete for flooding in the San Fernando Valley. And somebody who was driving, I won't say who, was driving along 20 miles an hour, not fast, got out. Like just jumped out of the truck, let it go. And so now if you're running alongside, you're trying to get in to stop this thing, or if you're on it, you're trying to get in and grab the lumber rack and slide through a window. And they did. And it was fun. So we're driving around, hitting each other, jumping. It's really, and then you let the truck go. The next person goes in it. Well, all of a sudden, Johnny finds himself in the driver's seat. And I was on the bumper on the tailgate, holding on the tailgate, standing on the bumper. I just got on. And Johnny's looking over his shoulder at everybody in behind and doing this. And somebody was just coming up running to get in. Instead of braking or hitting him, Johnny hits the gas full speed to try to make the guy not get in. And he's not looking forward. And I mean, he hits this Dodge truck. I mean, he never let off the gas. I saw what was happening and I let go of the tailgate. I just stepped off the bumper as he started to accelerate and watched. And he just looked over. He's laughing, looking over his shoulder, never took his foot off the gas, never turned around and looked forward. And he center punched one of those basketball poles, hit it so hard the two headlights on the truck were facing each other. I mean, everybody that didn't see what was going on got thrown across the top of this truck or hit the back or came over the hood. One guy who was trying to get out of the door on the passenger side ended up like cracking his collarbone between the open door and the A-frame. Okay, you want to know one of the friends that was the craziest one other than me? Johnny Chiravalo. True story. And you can go look him up. You can find him on Facebook or something. Hey, ask him, did you wreck a blue Dodge back in like 1984 or 85 in a church parking lot? He's going to go, shit, how do you know that? Was one of my best friends growing up, Johnny Chiravalo. That's a true story. When you ask the crazy guy, Michael Gibson, if it wasn't me, then I think that was one of the stories with him. We caught two vehicles. We ruined three vehicles trying to tow that thing out of there with tow straps in the vehicles we had. I had a 59 Ford pickup that as we were trying to get it caught on fire, the electrical caught on fire, burned up under my dash, trying to tow this thing out on a major road, Roscoe Boulevard. Now, the smashed truck leaking all kinds of fluids, headlights, a tow strap, and my on-fire truck in the middle of Roscoe Boulevard. Now it's like 3 a.m. Yeah, we blame Johnny for the whole mess. Go ask him. True story. You can ask. Two of his sisters are usually in here, or they're on Facebook. When we go on Facebook Live, they'll tell you. They will tell you. What did I miss? Scrolling around. Boy, I missed a lot in here. I missed a lot. Mrs. Fort Watton showed up. First time I've seen her. Barry Dano's around. David Faulkner. So you guys are all having conversations back and forth. I don't mind. Rex, I don't know how to become a member. Rex, it's a blue button, they tell me. If you go to like the regular page for us where it says community, it says subscribe, the subscribes, I guess, in red, there's supposed to be a blue join button. Now, if you're on a phone, people have told me it's a lot weirder to find. A lot simpler, they say, on a desktop or a laptop, but a lot harder on your phone. So you'll have to tell people in here. You guys are smarter than me about this. Tell people in here what phone you're using or what system you're on. They'll help you out. I'll have to look it up, and I'd be wrong anyway. So let's move on to, I don't think you guys have used them yet, but they're, CJ, $2. Hail to the chief. Thanks, man. I would drink with you right now, but it's 10 o'clock in the morning here, and I'm drinking Hawaiian refrigerator water. That's the best I can do right now, CJ, my man. Tonight, I will drink until I fall over. I will. Travis Reifke's an extra. Thanks for joining up, Travis. I'm sorry you joined right now. You know, when Apollo 13 lost all their propulsion and they knew they were destined to float in space forever, not a good time to join the space program, but you did. So we're just going to have to go forward. Frank Blee, no driver's license expired, so I can't work till I get it renewed, but may a few days before I can. You guys talking back and forth. I think I'm reading something here I'm supposed to answer. I'm not even talking to me. Elizabeth Rojas. I love her so much. Hello, family bras. Hello, family bras in the corner, and I'm ready. That's my girl. Burn the bra. Let's go. Let those girls free. We got stuff to do today, and we're going to get to it right now. Tomash is here. Dear General, how do you write the sentence under the glass in short words for my tattoo in a month? Dear General, how do you write the sentence under the glass? Oh, you know what, you guys, he's asking, how do you, Tomash, it's the truth is at the bottom of the glass. I don't have one to show you. I could hold it up for you, but I don't have one here. The truth is at the bottom of the glass. That's all you're right. If you look on the website, there's pictures. Gen X Mom and the kid have, and there's Gen X Mom to the rescue with a nice clean glass. All right, this one's for Tomash. These glasses are sold out. I told you to go buy them. You didn't do it. They're sold out now. But do you see that? See what that says? The truth is at the bottom of the glass. This was one of the original ones. This is one of the first ones that we ever had made. One of our wonderful guys here on the forum made them. They're wicked good. They're Gen X Talks glasses. The truth is at the bottom of the glass. Now you can replay that, Tomash, to your heart's content. You're ready to go. Okay, so where was I? Keith Lenarly. Keith, how's it going, my man? Have you and the missus had dinner out yet with the parents of the girl going to the prom with the kid? No. I asked that, Keith. That's a good question. We're supposed to, In fact, we're leaving for Vegas on Wednesday, so we're supposed to do it yesterday, today, or tomorrow. Not my department. All I do is show up. That's my job, is to show up and probably pay for some of it. But that's my job. I don't know. And I always have to be careful how remember, I've done this a lot of times. I got to be careful meeting the parents of the girl because they're very suspicious. I'm sure the dad's going to be a little overbearing and protective, and my job is to just calmly come in there and say, look, this is me. I'm just relaxing, nice and easy, and try to see if we can have a wonderful conversation. They sound like wonderful, wonderful people. I just don't want to upset anybody by, coming across too stupid. I'm going to have to do a lot of no talking until I get to know them and see how they feel. I really just want to get to know them and their daughter to see, what my son's getting into. They're doing the same thing with us, I'm sure. I think the reason that Gen Z kid doesn't want me to meet the girl's parents is because once they see me and they see this program and they figure this shit out, I think they're going to take their daughter. Nope. Pick somebody else. To be fair, that wouldn't be an unreasonable assessment. But no, Keith, we haven't had that dinner yet. We're supposed to anytime. I keep asking, man. I keep asking. I promise I'll tell you how it went. Dee Dee says, greetings from Ireland. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for right now. No, the rest of you are wonderful, lovely people, I'm sure. But I'm looking for the London, the Germany, the Ireland, Scotland. I'm looking for you guys over there to see if I caught you at the right time. That's what I'm looking for. All right. So, Greg, me and my mates would get the pedal go-karts, take the chain off, and race them down a steep road. Yeah, you helmets, man. I've seen that done. Helmets. That's the way to go to get those answers. Did the CJ $2? Did Travis Reisky? We talked about that. Alex is up. Good morning. Michael Roder's in here. Diver Monkey, Mr. One. We talked about that already. We're good there. Hold on. My screen turned kind of a teal color. Mrs. Forwatton, I got my harem shirt, and the new emojis are great. I forgot to talk about that. Thank you, Mrs. Forwatton, for politely reminding me. Barry Dano, $5. Just don't forget, this isn't the old days. No arranged marriages. No, but I'm sure the shotgun marriages still exist. So, yeah, that was what I forgot to tell you. There's new emojis. There's new those things that you guys can use. I don't see any of them right now. Not the thing next to your name. I was told that's how long you've been a member of the club. No. There are things you can type in there that you guys talked about. Like we have the truth at the bottom of the glass. There's a truth one. There's the woodshed's there. When someone needs to go to the woodshed, we now have a woodshed. There's a picture of Gen X mom. She approved that picture. She sent that picture. She's okay with that picture. I colored it out a little bit in Patreon for you Patreon subscribers. Patreon's where you get all your inside information, and the YouTube membership where you get your inside information. So on Patreon, those pictures are bigger, and so you can really see what they are. Down here, they're going to be small. You can still see them, but they're tiny. Well, the big one was pretty revealing, was it not? So I colored over it a little bit just so I wouldn't get the male members of the crowd going too much. But they're in here and they're for use. And as soon as you need them, you got them. And there's even room for more. Now that they've been doing this for a while, there's room for more. So we'll see what the kid and Gen X mom cook up over time. There's some of them, right? Wow. Frank, he's going into the woodshed with boobs, period. Just one more. Our man over there just put them all out there. He's got one of each one. Yeah, you can't. Can you open those? You can't, right? No, they're too small. See, that's good. Now it's safe. Now we're safe on those. The little red wagon. Yeah, because the red wagon is something we've been talking about. Ian, lots of love from Essex. Thank you very much. Richard says, don't forget the like button. Yeah. That's, I keep forgetting to whore myself out. Lionheart, goat boobs. All right, you guys found them. Clearly you know what we're talking about now. All right, so a lot of them are an inside joke for the people that watch. I got you. Mark Tuggle, where is the truth at the bottom of the glass joint? What's your thoughts on cannabis? Just wondering. I don't mind cannabis, Mark. I just don't. It's not my gig. I drink Jack Daniels. That's my wheelhouse. I don't care if people smoke. You do you, baby. We're all good. Okay. All right, so I had something to talk about. I'm gonna go through my notes here, make sure I'm not forgetting something. First of all, at this moment, nobody's in the woodshed. You guys act up, you act a fool, you start talking out your ass. I put you in the woodshed, and there you got to sit. No, the woodshed's not a cool thing. There's only one person who thinks the woodshed is cool. When you get put in the woodshed, you kind of a fuck up. So don't get put in the woodshed. All right. New emojis and Jenny's Mom True. We talked about the Red Rock on the 29th. The other one you guys have been bugging us about. Yeah. We started doing some ranks. We started ranking you guys. Allie went through and did a list of like all the ranks from general down to private. And there's so many ranks you could use. We'll probably put in about 11 or 12. And the boobies in the woodshed. Now everybody wants to go to the woodshed. Ah. So the ranking started off fun, and we were gonna, Two Bear's a high ranking person. Speaking of Two Bear, as soon as these little emoji things went up, I was answering some comments on some videos for the kid. You go to YouTube and it just shows you all the comments, no matter what video, what live stream, what short, what community thing, and you just go through them. I mean, within an hour of those things going up, Two Bear was on every video, every place he could find, using him and just putting him up there and talking. I mean, he went through every one of them, was throwing him out there like he was a kid in a candy store. Do you think that kid just ran downstairs at 4 a.m. and dumped out his Christmas stocking and was trying to hold all of his toys and eat all the candy all at once? That's what I almost took a screenshot, because everyone was a different video, everyone was a different thing, and all it was Two Bear, Two Bear, Two Bear, Two Bear, and every emotion, every emoticon. I mean, the kid was on speed last night when those things popped up. I don't even see him in here. He's probably still passed out. That's literally what he did. I'm not fucking around. Two Bear was all over the map. Dustin Headley, welcome. He's an extra. Dustin, thank you very much for joining. Now you can join the ranks, and whenever you see fit, you can. Matthew Nelson is a top tier. Welcome to the bottom of the Glass Nation. Now, I got to say to Matthew and Dustin, you guys might as well hold hands, because you're going to need some company. We're going over the cliff. We're not going to be here. We're going to get banned. We're going to get sidetracked. So you two join at the same time. We're all just flailing right along at full speed. You guys, it's a lovely ride, and it's a long way down. We'll have time to talk on the way down, but we're going over the edge. I'm sorry. You decided to join this train wreck. What did you think was going to happen? When you see a car going by at 95 miles an hour and the car is on fire, the radio's blaring, and you're 300 feet from a cliff, why would you join that? I got to, some of this is on you. It really is. Some of it's on you guys. Oh. Grizzly, hey, General, sorry for the paragraph ahead. Love your live stream. Helps me through my night shifts. Thank God I'm alone and nobody hears me laughing. There is something to be said for working the night shift or the graveyard shift of being by yourself. I've been there, my friend. I have. I'm with you. Kelvin, hey, mate, from London, 1821 here. Good. That's what I'm saying, man. You guys should be selling in. Have something to drink and relax. We're just getting going. Eric Leroy says, good morning to all. Riot starter. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. Yes, it is. What's the song on radio? I don't hear radio. Matthew, you got issues, man. You need to adjust your medication. Lou Sassel, I only take that leap with good company. Well, we are the worst of your good company, Lou, so feel free. Seb795, going to be doing some yard work here in a little while, but staying on as long as I can. Greetings from North Carolina. Any crazy stories about North Carolina, General? I don't think I have one. Been through North Carolina briefly, but I don't have any good or bad stories. I'm gonna need to get some. I need to go to North Carolina and get some stories. Caroline says, "Well, you're leading us, though, General. I know. I know. If it all fucks up, I know that I'm in trouble. I got it." Oh, what you said? The car was with the radio blaring. Highway to Hell. That's what's blaring on the car radio as it goes by on fire. Highway to Hell. What else could it have been? Oh, for something to say. I had stuff to say that was important, you guys. We're not just supposed to laugh the whole goddamn time. Oh, I'll tell you, I wrote down something that happened this last weekend. So, when you get a new credit card in the mail, when your old one, they say it's expired, tear it up and you get your new one. All right. Don't really think much of it. So I get the new one, it's in my wallet, and Gen X mom opens the mail and she does all the stuff, activates the card and puts it in there. That happens. And not often, but I went to I went to make a purchase, and at the counter, the girl says, um, sign for the credit card. All right. Sometimes they ask, can you sign it? And then she says, can I see your card? I said, yeah. I hold the card. She goes, no, I need to verify the signature. And so she takes the card. She looks on the back of the card. I should sign my cards. I don't sign my cards. I've never been in a habit of signing my cards. I don't know why. It's just never been an issue. No one's ever asked. And this is the first time I think in 8 years someone has asked to see the signature on the back of the credit card. So I'd already signed the little thing on there, the screen. And then she asked to see the card. She goes, your signatures don't match. I said, well, I was probably not a signature on it. So she hands me the card back, and there is a signature on the back of my card that I've never seen before. There's no possible way I've ever signed that. And I look at the front of the card. It's my card. It's got my name on it. It's the right one. I look at the back. I look at the front. And I'm sitting there going, and I got Gen Z Kid with me, and he goes, what are you doing? I said, well, are you going to accept this signature? Do I have to try to rewrite the signature to match the card? She goes, well, it helps her if you have another card. All right. So I do. So I pull out another card. Now, before I hand her this one, before I use this one, I look to see if it's signed. It is, with that same signature that I have no idea what it is. Then I look and all my cards are signed that way. So I stop everything I'm doing. I just pay with a debit card, put in the PIN. I'm out. But I go home to Gen X mom and I go, the weirdest thing happened here. And I explain it, and she's not even really listening. She's muttering around the kitchen. And I go, I don't understand. And she goes, well, that's not your signature. I said, yeah, I already know that part. What's with all my credit cards and who signed all these? She goes, I did. I said, why did you sign my credit cards? She says, well, you never signed them. And this way, if I ever need to use one of your cards, my signature matches. Now, here's something you don't know. Gen X mom's first name, her last name is identical to mine. Her middle initial is the same as mine. And her first name and my first name are the same letters except for one. So people very commonly look, they don't look to see, then they wait, because it's one out of all those letters, it's one off out of the whole thing. So I said, yeah, but did you ever think that I need to be able to sign my own name to match my signature? She goes, no. Your job now is to learn that signature. So if you ever want to use one of your cards, you need to have that signature. I'm like, that is a stupid signature. I would never do that. She goes, well, it's in permanent ink and it's on all your cards. You got to do it. True story. I can't sign my own credit. I can't purchase anybody that requires to look at my signature anymore, because I couldn't write that if I was in a drunken stupor. I couldn't write that stupid signature she did. There we all sit. Now you know that. Yeah, it happened to me. She signed the cards. She's been doing it for years. I had no idea. Nostra Rex figured it out. Bottom of Glass Nation. He's on board, baby. That's what I'm saying. Matthew Nelson, welcome to the Bottom of Glass Nation. We talked about that one already. Got that one out of the way. Mitchell Clark, I would prefer to use a card better. It's just I don't like carrying a bunch of cash around. Michael Roeder, become a member and there's no slow mode. Michael Roeder's, he bitches about that all the time. He can join, he can't join. I can see his comments. I can't see his comments. If I don't, hey, Mrs. Fort Watton, if I don't comment on something Michael Roeder says in here, okay, if let's say I mention his name like I am now, but I miss 7 out of 8 comments or 7 out of 9 comments, I'm going to get an email saying that, you missed 7 out of my 8 comments. I'm going to write him back one day, go, hey, yeah, I know, I was just fucking with you. I skipped your comments on purpose. That motherfucker will be like, comments, join the membership, can't see, can't read, nobody can hear me. I mean, you want to talk about a greasy wheel that's looking for grease. Michael Roeder will drive me fucking nuts. He's a cool cat. I dig him. We talked about a bunch of stuff on the side. I'm busting his balls right now because I've actually run out of things to say. So, and Michael's an easy target. I don't know how much of that's true, but that was funny. Oh, Lou Sal's another bottom of the Glass Nation member. Well, you, thank you very much. Thank you. All those couple dollars here and there, they go to the kid. But I gotta tell you, I question your judgment. Lou Sassel and Rex just joining right now. I really got to question your judgment. Yeah, I don't think you make great decisions in life, and there's proof. Okay. So Kevin Grimes, I'm excited to see my package this week. Yeah, Gen X Mom's been pumping out boxes every day. She'll take a box, sometimes a big box with 2 or 3 little things in it. Sometimes she's got 15 or 18 things in it. She's down there. In fact, she might have already left. Yeah, the big box is gone. She's on the road right now, taking more to UPS. It's not too far from here. All right. So what else was I going to say for you? Dustin Heatley, got a new word for you. Dramatically. Used only when you really need to emphasize something. It's dramatically. I'm going to have to figure out how to use that. Brandon Mitchell's just putting up pictures of the boob just for no comment. Brandon's just putting them up there, clicking the button as fast as he can. Oh, Mrs. Fort Watton, there isn't a Gen X mom emoji. Yeah, there is. Yes, there is. The black and white one is a real picture of Gen X mom. Mrs. Fort Watton, are you in Patreon? Because the big one's in Patreon. All the full size pictures of all those are in Patreon. Yeah, there is one. The gray one is mom. No one has asked me if the black bathing suit is mom from years ago, but the black and white picture is her. That's like a recent picture too. Yeah. Nick C. So to clear this up, I'm 46 from the UK. How did you score such a nice home with a pool and 1+ kids as a mechanic? I hold senior management position in advertising. There's a lot of treachery involved there. Yeah. A lot of gambling that paid off in many ways, a lot of different gambling sources. We've been blessed. We really have. We got really lucky we had a bunch of kids and it was really tough, but I had a shop. It wasn't just a mechanic, although that's what I tell people. Gen X mom actually gets upset. Back when I had my business, when I had my shop, Gen X mom someone would say, well, what do you do for work? And my answer was, I work on cars. That's it. That's all I would tell them. And we talk about cars and we talk about work and stuff. Gen X mom would always say, oh, he's being modest. He's a business owner. He's got so many employees and he works really hard. And she would often give my resume and I would tell her, you don't got to do that. Just tell them I work on cars. That's what I do. I work on cars. And it was much more than that, but it turned out to be it helped. It helped get us where we wanted to go, putting a lot of kids through school and, just you can imagine the expense of raising 8 children was a lot too. So there's a lot of ins and outs. We've had a lot of misfortune in our lives, things that went terribly bad. And we've had some things that we're very fortunate on. Things went very well. Some things you don't have control sometimes over the good or the bad things. You really don't. And here's another phone call I'm not going to answer. And why don't I have my phone on vibrate? It's because I'm not a trained professional and I'm not. Yeah, so there we go. Turn that down. All right. Terry, a member for 2 months. That means Terry gets a little new, little chingus by their name. Brandon Mitchell's got the truth class now. See, there's one. There, see, Little Red Wagon, Mrs. For One. I did that one not only for the group because of the inside joke on that. I did that for you. I did. Kat Aguilar. I can't afford Patreon. I'm in a rut. No job, broke as hell, but I still can send my love. Can't put a price in. No. I'm not. I am by no means. I am super, super grateful when you guys can join a membership or Patreon or something. Yes, and the lowest ones out are $1 for a reason, because people can just want to do $1 and be part. Fine, I don't care about that. What I do care about more than anything is your time. I do that you participate, that you're here, that you're listening to the literal nonsense that I'm spewing and somehow tolerating it. I think that's admirable from all of you. It really is. Oh, Zoe is doing my job. Click the like and subscribe and share. I keep forgetting to whore myself out like that. I really do. I'm sorry about that. Hey, there's David Parker. Says from Glasgow, Scotland. I'm getting that map. I swear to Christ, I'm getting a world map, or at least 3 maps, from like New Zealand, Australia, the United States, North America, and then Europe. I need to put push pins in and write some names where you guys are from. I dig that. I don't know why. I'm dumb like that, but I really, really do. Brian's Gate says, go Broncos. John Elway's the best. One of my favorite quarterbacks to watch of all time, yes, was Elway. Guaranteed. Mr. Fatty, the Gen X party mix on Spotify tags you back. I don't know what that means, Fatty. The Gen X party mix on Spotify tags you back. Not sure. I'm not sure what you meant by that, but it's there is if you guys are part of Spotify, the Gen X mom took the time to go to the kids' videos. Every single video that has a song in the background, she put it up in order on a Spotify list. Gen X Talks Ultimate Playlist. I don't have the link for it, and I don't think Allie's in here today. So anyway, just telling you that's it's there if you guys want it. Hey, Ashley Stein from Norway. There we go. Tomash is from Israel. Put a pin in Ireland, Derek. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's the stuff I wanted to know. Thank you. Silent Night is just from the world, around the world. Tom Winkle, get a flat Earth map. If it'll help contribute to the cause, then I shall. Fried said, oh, you guys. Minus blindfold, would you have any words of wisdom for somebody whose every decision has turned out to be the wrong one? Everyone, after much analytics or analysis and the best intentions, yet everything is shit. There was a skit talking to Minus Blindfold. There was a skit on one of the programs on Seinfeld. I don't know if you guys remember watching Seinfeld in the 90s. And George Costanza, one of the episodes, he says, I figured out how to be successful in life. Every decision I make is wrong. Therefore, everything that comes up, once I realize what I want to do, I'm going to do the opposite. So, Minus Blindfold, there is your advice. George Costanza advice. Now, there's not a lot of advice you have to follow in the world. God, the Pope, but George Costanza's right up there at the top. If he's giving you advice, we should all listen. There you go. Minus Blindfold, the George Costanza advice. Whatever you're thinking about doing, make yourself do the other thing. Wandering Tacoma, are we drinking this afternoon or is it all talk? Wow. Wandering Tacoma calling me out. I'm drinking Hawaiian refrigerator water for the European show, for this one from 10 to 11. I'll grab a quick lunch between 11 and 11:30. Then I'll be back on Facebook for that lunch with Gen X Dad time from 11:30 to 12:30. Not drawing a lot of followers in there, but we're going to stick it out for another week or so and see how it goes. We're doing that. And then tonight, 6 o'clock, yeah, that's a show where we're going to drink and tell all the stories and move forward and move backwards. Yeah. Mrs. Fort Watton, for the map and straight pin fund or the prom fund? I guess which would be more appropriate, the prom fund. He's still behind on that. Things are coming together. He's going after school today to get his dress gear all ready to go. Carrie Bannon from Canada. Mitchell Clark, do you own guns? I do have a few. Boom, boom, boom. Alec, cheers from Nova Scotia. That's what I wanted to see. Now we're good. Now we're getting there. Anthony, 100 times time is more valuable than the asset you will ever have. Yeah. You guys ever see that movie? I think they did a remake of it in the mid 2000s, but there was one, I guess it was from the late 70s or early 80s, where time, minutes of your life was currency. When you had a job, they paid you at the end of the week with so many minutes of your life so you could live. And if you took minutes to buy food, minutes to buy gas, and that was your whole life was minutes. And that's how the whole premise was. Super rich people had bazillions of minutes. And then people that were running out of minutes were running out of time, running out of life, running around. There was gambling addictions. People kept giving their minutes, trying to win more minutes. And then you would drop dead. If you got to zero, your body just collapsed on the floor right there and you were dead. That was a trippy movie. I think I want to say that somebody remade it in the, I don't know, with Justin Timberlake. Maybe they did one. I don't know. I got to see. So, yeah. Where was I? Yeah, good movie. See, someone knew what I was talking about there. Dave Miller, hey Joe, do you like Gentleman Jack? If so, I'd love to share a bottle sometime. Will you be in Northern Ohio anytime soon? I don't think so. I don't think Ohio's on the list right now. I'd like to go everywhere. We are doing that made up fictitious steak tour at some point. That's gonna go all the way like start in New Orleans and go Florida up the east seaboard and hit end up somewhere near Niagara Falls. That's the only thing I know for sure. So if you're anywhere along that corridor of events, I will stop and see you. I'm not going to pass up a free glass of iced tea. Nope. All right. Okay. Caroline says, yeah, the remake was with Justin Timberlake. See, I got a little useless information rattling around in the old noggin. I'm not totally displeased with my memory. TikTok has some people doing skits like that. Tone T skits like what? I didn't. And that's Zoe Mitchell for the prom, $1.99. Beautiful, Zoe. Thank you very much for that. Stephen Danielson, what's up, family? Daniel, my little boy is here. My girl, Shani is here, and me, Stephen. Much love from the Danielson family to the Gen X family, bottom of the glass nation. Stephen, I don't have much to drink right now, but that right there deserves some Hawaiian refrigerator water. Now, your boy and your girl can't drink because even though it's Hawaiian refrigerator water, it's a bad precedent to set. Unless you got juice boxes. If your kids got juice boxes, knock yourself out because right there, Daniel and Shani, you can have juice boxes. In fact, you go tell your parents I said you could have juice boxes right now. Go get the juice boxes. I'll wait. I'm kidding. I can't wait. I was too thirsty. I'm sorry. I didn't wait. I know you're running down this refrigerator, going to come back. And he's like, the big mean man drank without us. I'm sorry. But to the Danielson family, appreciate you watching. I really do. Thank you very much for that. Yes, out of time, Mateo. That's the one. Or in time. That's the one. All right. So Lionheart's got his juice boxes. Mrs. Fort Watton for Gen X Talks 2023 Steak Fund, East Tennessee awaits you. I'd love to map your course. Yeah, Mrs. Fort Watton, I know part of when we talked about this months ago, part of the course took me right through where you are. So now we're definitely stopping by. Absolutely going to come by. I got to plan out when and where. Tiffany Mims. Well, I guess I will have to catch the rest of the stream later. Darn work requires me to do my job. Cemetery life. What do you have to do at a cemetery, Tiffany? Aren't they all kind of just where they're supposed to be? Nobody really moving around? I think you got a pretty easy job. I think it's a cop-out. You're going to leave watching this program for monitoring a cemetery. You're not running a 911 course over there. Come on. Whatever, I guess. To each his own. If you do your thing. Oh my goodness! All right. Okay, so I'm kind of caught up here. Lou Sassel, my wife just finished drill instructor school. Graduates Wednesday. Haven't seen her in 6 weeks. Our 3 daughters are excited to go pick her up. Good. That's fucking badass. That's it. When he says drill instructor, I don't think he's talking about twirling batons at halftime during a high school football program. That's drill team. I think drill instructor is his wife's going to come home and bark orders at him, and he's going to comply. That's what I'm seeing in my head. Tell me I'm wrong. All right. Hector Martinez says, how are you feeling? Better. The other night we did the big show. Did you guys catch that big show a few nights back? That was a lot of fun. That took a lot out of me. Just took the wind out of my sails. I did come on an hour or so later, did a little live stream after that just for you guys. We talked some, but that beat me up pretty bad. I couldn't do anything on here yesterday. I just didn't have it in me. And plus, you guys know I went down south to Gen X Mom's mother's house. I put the security cameras up, made sure they're working with the kid. Picked up the washer and dryer that were down there, some other stuff, brought it back up here for Mom. Just so by the time I was done and I was still winded from the other night. I didn't do anything. But Hector, I'm okay right now. I'm pacing myself. I am. I should be good for tonight at 6:00 Los Angeles time. I should be on with alcohol and stories. Yes, those two right there. They go hand in hand. What I miss. To the wife, great story to make me a sandwich. All right, you guys, let me go back to what my notes said here. I told you there's some stuff I want to talk about. Bum, 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 bum. Dun-dun-dun-dun. Yeah, I keep there's a couple videos the kid has out there. I'm not trying to ignore you here, Kate. I just realized that if I'm telling a story here, then I'm not looking. You guys, things are going to go by. All right, so just don't be mad. I do try to read as many as I can in here. So there's a few videos out there that the kid has put up about the good old days in one respect or another. Some are just labeled the good old days. Some talk about or refer to the good old days, and we get such a varied response from people. The kid will have me read a bunch of comments, and it's a wide variety of people. Um, the thing that I want to talk to you about, and I've mentioned this before a long time ago, but pay attention if you have kids. If I'm completely off base, just tell me. But if not, then maybe play along and listen. So they talk about the reference was to the good old days versus now, and you can have all sorts of things. Well, houses were cheaper and money went further. You can have things that now people say it's better because of technology. I want to talk to you about something that I call the disconnect. And I didn't read this someplace. I wasn't watching Sally Jesse Raphael or something. I didn't watch Oprah. This is one of those original thoughts that popped into the old noggin a long time ago. I'm not even sure how to fix it. Yeah, if you think you're going to listen to a story and an analysis that's going to come with an answer at the end of it, well, you're wrong. You're going to sharpen your pencil at the end and be ready to write the repair, the fix, and there isn't going to be one. And for all of you who are 30 years old and under, when I say sharpening a pencil, that's a yellow wooden stick that has a tip of lead and an eraser. And we use thinly cut trees called paper, and we write stuff on them. Yeah, when I say sharpen your pencil, it means preparing to write. All right, so you guys are going to have to go look that up. I don't have time to go further with that one, but that's what that means. Yes, if there's any cultural references that I can help you with, I'll be happy to. Okay, so here's what I mean by the disconnect, and I won't bore you to death with this. It's not complicated. It'll go pretty quick. But I've been on this planet half a century, a little over 50 years. And during that time, I'll go back to childhood. Let's just say from sixth grade to eighth grade. Let's just pick in there. This is an example between that age group now. When I was growing up, you went home at night. You had all your friends at school and you went home. Now, in your neighborhood, you had maybe some of your friends from school, not a lot. You had, 60 or 80 friends or hundreds of friends you knew at school. When you came home, you had 3 or 4, 8 people in your neighborhood that were your friends. Sometimes they went to the same school, sometimes they didn't. But, you left all those friends at school. You had your little friends here. When time was done, you went home at night. The streetlights come on, you go have dinner. Now you've left those friends, right? You're home. Now, when you're home, you spend time with your family and your brothers and your sisters or your dog or whatever, and you have no idea what's going on. You have to wait till you go to school the next day to learn what happened. Oh, somebody had a birthday party from their grandmother. Oh, somebody's aunt passed away, or we went out to dinner at Baroni's and had rectangular pizza on Ventura Boulevard, something like that. You learn what happened the next day. Weekends were even longer. You had to wait through the weekend. You had your friends you hung out with on the weekends, but when you went back to school, you learned, oh my gosh, Billy broke up with Susie, and Tommy got punched in the face by Eddie, and they had a little fight, and so and so got caught stealing bubble gum from the 7-Eleven. You learn Monday what happened to all of your close friends on the weekend. Oh, I know when we were kids, there was a little bit of the phone call stuff and three-way phone calling each other. There's a little bit of that, not a ton, but you were basically you disconnected from your friends and you went home. And think about Christmas break. You had 2 weeks there. When you came back from Christmas break, you learned if anybody traveled for the holidays, what they got for Christmas. Everybody's wearing the new Christmas clothes, where you went, what you ate, what you had, what you did, who you saw. You learn all that when you get back from a weekend, from the holidays. You disconnected from your friends, and you by default spent time with your family. You had to. You just decompressed. You weren't thinking about your friends the whole time. You were thinking about your family. You knew what was going on. You knew things in your house. Oh, you got a new chair in the corner there. Oh, dad made a new dog house out back. And you knew things going on because you sat, your life was slower and you paid attention to your surroundings. You knew if your mom made changes in the house or your grandparents, you drove and did family stuff. You disconnected. That's just how it was. That's how it worked. I'm not saying that any boomer generation or any greatest generation did this by design. This was just what happened, and in a culture of how we all grew up, developed, and it was wonderful. Kids don't disconnect. Kids do not disconnect these days with that cell phone. It's not even a phone. The last thing those kids use this for is a phone. It's not a phone. This thing is a social media device for life. It does a lot of things. It's a dictionary. It's a calculator. It gets on every platform known to man. The last thing people do with this is make a phone call, or at least kids. But it's still a cell phone. But they don't disconnect. They know every minute of every day. They're focused on that. They know what each of them had for every meal of the day. They post it on Facebook. They post it on Instagram. They post. I mean, it's one thing if you make a really good steak once in a while, once a month, you say, "Hey, I made a really good steak and baked potato for my wife." And these kids post everything they're eating all day long. They know who broke up with who's going where, who's going to go do something, who's not, who changed their mind. Girls know that other girls change their outfits 5 times a day. They know every single thing all the time. They never disconnect from their friends. They never disconnect from social media. There's no family time. Even with what we do here, we shut everything down. We have dinner together. We watch a movie together. The kid and I go outside. We work in the garage together. Most of the time, that's not the case with kids at all. Kids that I know, they're doing their chores on their phone. They're taking trash out. They got headphones in. They're tapping on their phone, and they're kind of carrying the trash under their arm. They never disconnect. They know everything going on with every friend every second. Their mind is completely plugged in to all of their friends all of the time. Wouldn't that make it hard for family time to even compete? I've seen family times where they have family time. We have dinner together. Everyone's on their phone. We watch a movie together. Everyone's listening to the movie in the background while they're on their phone. What can you derive from this? I don't know. Most people tell me it's fine. Most people tell me that's just the way things are and it's totally normal. All right. I don't like it. I don't go along with that. No. I'm telling you that a lot of the American traditions that we're missing now, general politeness, respect, please and thank you, holding the door open for a stranger when you see them coming towards the door. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Common decency stuff. There's a lot of traditional family values that were instilled in me from being around my family. I absorbed a lot of the behaviors that I use today and that I push onto my kids from being around my family. For good or for bad, I was stuck with them, but I absorbed it because I was there. These kids aren't there. I bet we would all be amazed if we sat down and sliced out every minute of a day of a 14-year-old person and saw how much of it was direct family interaction versus Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I can't even tell you that how amazed I think we would be to learn how little time they're disconnected from their friends and they're connected to their family. I've seen some tricks being played. So have you. I'm going to describe something you guys have all seen way before me even. You're going to go to a restaurant and you're all sitting around there and you all put your cell phones in a pile in the front. No one touches the cell phones. Who doesn't matter who rings or whoever grabs their phone has to pay for dinner. And there's a stack of cell phones in the middle of the table, and everyone's good because it's okay to sit around and have a meal or have a few beers with your friends, couples and stuff, and just friends, and have a baseball game on in the background and everybody talking about themselves and their day and their stuff. What's wrong with that? Why do you also have to be connected to everybody at work, every friend you have in every corner of the universe? Why do you have to check the video camera that's watching your brand new cat play in his cat box at home? Can you please disconnect? Can you sit with your family and have a meal? You can't be divided and focused on everything that's out there in life. You can't be on CNN's app and Fox News app and MSNBC and ABC reading all the news all the time while your wife and your kids and maybe your best friend couple is sitting here trying to talk to you about regular life stuff, and you're off doing this. What is wrong with disconnecting? And I'm going back to the kid thing. This is the main one. How do you get kids to disconnect? Why do they always have to know every stupid, inane thought that comes out of every other stupid teenager's mouth? Why does it have to appear on their phone and now they're responding to it and missing everything around what they're doing? How do you fix that? How do you turn that corner and say, it's kind of important to. I will give you an example. One time, one of my sons, one of my favorite sons, I love him to death. He disconnected from the family. He's a great student, great chores, very respectful. So we said, he's doing such a good job. Let's let him kind of, 16, 17, 15, 16, 17 years old, give him a lot of freedoms. And we did. And he did great. He handled them. But he was gone a lot from the family. He disconnected a lot. He was either out skateboarding. He was in his room playing a video game. He always had dinner with us. He always, went places with us, but he still disconnected quite a bit. And I remember one time him sitting down and one of his sisters walked by and he looked at her. He didn't even recognize her because during that time she had just gone through a growth spurt and changed. She'd also changed her fashion. She was wearing different types of clothes. And he looked confused. And I said, yeah, if you'd be around the family a little more often, you'd know what's going on with your sister. And at that moment, I realized how hurt he was by what I said and how dumb it was for me to say it because I'm the one who allowed him, even in a good way, not a negligent way, I allowed him to go that other direction away from his kids, his sisters and brothers, away from the family. Even when he had the greatest of intentions, he wasn't doing it just to hide in his room on his phone. Valuable lesson I learned. That disconnect is a horrible thing, even when it's a good person trying good things and being drawn away. But go back to the kid factor. How do you get kids to disconnect and look around and go, well, where am I? I'm home. When do we paint the walls in here? Boy, it smells like when mom learn how to cook chicken. That's what I'm getting at. That's one of the disconnects with the family that I was talking about. Now I'm going to read down. You guys can you can yell at me if you want to, but that's a thing I've run into. It's a thing I've thought about. It's a thing that I've talked about. It's not just cut and dry with every kid. It's not cut and dry with every situation. Like I explained, my son went through a good one and I allowed him to be disconnected. Man, parenting 101. When I fucked up, I didn't let any of their kids go down that path. I saw what I did wrong there and made a huge course correction quietly. I didn't make an announcement. I just gently moved everything in that direction, but I did it deliberately. But I never found a way to get kids to put down that phone and not when you can take their phone away. I guess that's an answer. You just take the phone, but there's a part of that you're almost punishing them. Okay. Let me back up to one thing that I struggle with. They are so it's like taking a drug away from an addict. I'm not being funny. There are kids that are so connected to that phone that even if you ask them to put it down for an hour, they're jonesing for it. They're like, can I have my phone back now? They feel like they're missing part of the world, like the world is passing them by. And I've done this before. I don't mean to take it away as a punishment, And I have taken it away and said, you need to put your phone down and look out the window while we're driving. You need to see what's going on in the world around you and let's talk about stuff. I have done that. You can just take the phone away, but that isn't really solving the problem because you're not only is it creating a bunch of angst inside of them, which I'm not trying to do. And I've taken it away and said, fuck it, get over it. You're quitting cold turkey. Go through the shakes because it's coming. I've done that. I'm not sure it was the greatest idea in the world. The idea that I'm trying to say is how do you get them to realize, how do you get that pendulum to start swinging the other way? I want to see a 13-year-old kid someday walk by and set his phone down on the counter and keep walking on their own. I want them to be enjoying that breath of fresh air when you put your phone down. There are times when I put my phone down and it feels like clocking out of work at 5. You're like, okay, oh, that's over. Yeah. How do you get kids to feel that way a little bit? And I told you there wasn't going to be any answers at the end of this. I warned you. You watched anyway. That's on you. Okay. Well, somebody wrote facts, Harley. Missed for exactly what we're considering. Get disconnected. We missed it. I don't know, you guys, if I can go back and read all this right now. There's a lot, and you guys wrote some paragraphs. But the main message I was trying to convey, keeping it simple. If you want to scale it back down to what I was saying, kids not being able to disconnect and being locked into every single person and their school and every friend and every enemy and everything that's going on and missing everything right in front of them. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, now we can put the soapbox down. Yeah, the banging around you heard was Gen X mom as usual. She waits. I swear to God, she waits until I'm in here. That noise that you heard was Gen X mom. She waits until I'm fucking on here. Then she comes and sets down keys and bumps the table, and then she does, and she just looks at me like no one can really hear her, like she's really being. No, she's fucking everything up and shaking everything. I have no idea why she does it. She's the only chick I would know that would come in 3 feet from a microphone that can hear everything and drop a set of keys on an oak table. That's her. I don't know what. It's almost like she's that dog that runs out in the yard and has to piss on everything just so you know it's hers. That's what she does. She walks around with a little bit of a chip on her shoulder with some authority, knocking stuff over and pissing on everybody's stuff. And she looks at you like, "What? Did you say something?" No, I didn't say it. Did you look? No, I didn't look at you. Just all right. I mean, she picks something she knows you don't want her to do, and she does it just to prove she can. I mean, what an asshole. I'm telling you. It's a good thing Gen X mom is really, really cute. Or I would have got rid of her a long time ago. And you know what? Contract negotiations are coming up April 30th. That's when you guys call it an anniversary. No, it's not an anniversary. That's contract renewal. That's when we sit down and talk about how you behaved this last year. Okay. How you're acting. What areas can you improve? What areas are you doing well? And we talk about a new contract. Should I keep her around one more year? She's really got to get her shit together, especially with contract renewal being so close. You'd think she'd be trying a little harder right now. I guess it's old age. Maybe the medication she's on. I don't know. It's definitely something. Yeah, I'm going to be so much trouble for even going down that road of conversation. There's going to be pillows and blankets on the couch tonight. Okay. Paragraphs I'm learning here. Oh, all right. What did I miss, you guys? Come on, beat me up. Mrs. Fort Watson says, John, you're absolutely right. Disconnect from devices, especially for family. Thank you very much. You guys talking back and forth with each other. We're there. Superintendent, shit. That sounds like fun. My wife, and she's 45. What's fun about that, man? I didn't list anything fun. Deepak once went to a restaurant for dinner, and we noticed two friends having dinner at a table, no talking. They texted each other all night, sitting right across from each other. They only talked to discuss the bill. Wow, Deepak, seriously? I totally believe that. That's not even, 20 years ago, if you'd have described that situation, I'd have said, no fucking way is that possible. I totally don't even question it now. I don't even question it. Harley says, yeah, Mr. One, exactly as we are connected as we discuss it. Okay, first of all, I am the exception to the rule. We are the exception. We are connected to each other for the purpose of disconnecting. Don't you forget that. You just need to ask me, Harley. I can make it all make sense for you, my friend. That's why I'm here. Not bad, huh? Yeah. You think about that, have another beer, and get back to me. Oh, King B Stacker, cell phones and the internet have thrown our society off the top of the mountain. Was it who was it? It wasn't Mark Twain or Thomas Edison? Somebody said, I think our technology will outpace our humanity. And there's almost not a better way to describe that. I think that our technology will outpace our humanity. Yeah. Oh. Da-dum-dum. Cornhole Macabre says, I can't ever go commando or not wear socks. That's weird. I mean, yeah, it's weird. Cool for you, but no. All right. Okay, dude, this was a project with mainstream, and this is how it is. I wanted to be different for years, man. I'm with you. Don't. Justin White's got to go for now. I think Justin White's going to appear back on Facebook in a little bit. Listen, I've gone a little bit long today, you guys. Elizabeth, real quick. I remember my sister standing in the kitchen for hours on the phone with her boyfriend, just listening to each other breathe. Yeah, I can almost go along with that. It's a chick thing. I mean, I would do that for a chick, but this other stuff, I couldn't tie that into it. It'd be too much for me. All right, you guys, listen. Did I miss a comment there? I hope I didn't miss anybody's stuff. Remember, if I was talking here, I missed a bunch of stuff there. I didn't mean to. I do apologize. Kevin, great question. All right, what was Kevin's great question? Let me scroll back. Someone said Kevin. Does Gen X mom get a signing bonus? Oh, that is a great question. Yeah. If she passes, if we sit down for the contract negotiations, and if we do the evaluation and she's done a really good job last year and she agrees on the areas she's improvement, then yeah, we'll present her with a new contract, 1 year only, short-term contract. And yeah, I've been known to give a signing bonus if I really see the value in what I'm getting this next year. If I'm really going to get something this next year, she's going to make some improvements on some areas that she's been lacking. And I got to be fair, there's been a lot of those this year. It's true. If I really think that I'm going to gain some ground in those areas, then I'm not opposed to a signing bonus. I'm not. No. The only thing is that I don't like about this, we've started kind of preliminary discussions right now. You know what she tells me? Her words. She goes, yeah, I'm just going to be a free agent. I said, what does that mean? She goes, well, I don't know. I'm engaged in contract negotiations. We're going to Vegas. I'm just going to put myself out there. I want to see what's out there. I mean, maybe there's a better deal. Maybe there's a better contract. If I open myself up to free agency, she says, other people may approach me with their contract ideas. I got a little confused by that because I didn't know how to counter it. I mean, she's not wrong. So I have to fight free agency now. For those of you who know sports, I'm going to put the franchise tag on her for those of you guys who know sports on that. Okay, listen. So I'm going to go, you guys. It's a little bit after 8. I got to slam some food real quick here. And then I'll be on, got to do Facebook from 11:30 to about 12:30 or so, at least 45 minutes in there. And then I got a lot of stuff to get done before we come back at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, I'll be drinking. 6 o'clock, we'll be smoking, token, joking, and stroking. I promise everything will go as planned. But for right now, it was really important to reach everybody from across the pond, people kicking off their boots and their bras around 6:30 or 7 over there, and our friends over across the sea in the time zone. That's why we're here. You guys are all welcome to join too, as am I, from the good old US of A, but I really like reaching out to those people and learning some new stuff from over there. I dig it more than I can even tell you. So I'm going to go. So everybody is going to say goodbye. I'm going to read all the goodbyes, and we'll see you guys soon. If I don't see you soon, I will catch you on the flip side. And from everyone here at Gen X Talks, yeah, you know the line.